Hello, this is Gavin the Fire Alarm and Siren Guy here, and today we're going to be doing my 2026 edition Fire Alarm collection. Since my last collection video, I have extended. I have gotten some new stuff, and half of that stuff is pretty rare. So, I guess we'll get started. And to start things off, we're going to start with Rewalk, because that's what I have the most of. Okay, to start things off here, we got the Rewalk 7002T. These things are very infinite, but unfortunately, they are very uncommon. And I've done videos on this alarm before. Mine kind of doesn't sound too good, unfortunately. Yeah, this is the Rewalk 7002T, and I also have the 34T, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 34T-24-R. But except this one is rebranded by Thorn. But it's basically the horn-only version of the 7002T. So there's that with those two. Next, we got my absolute favorite fire alarm, and that is being the Rewalk MT. I have done so many videos on this alarm too. This alarm has like 8 different tones, and my favorite is being March Time. And this is one of my first ever fire alarms that I have in my possession. And I also have the horn-only version of the MT, which is the... oh, it's upside down. MT4-12-24. If that's it with the MTs. Okay, up next we got not one, but 2 Rewalk ASs. This is the first one that I have. I believe this is a second generation, because it does not have the candela selector for the strobe. And the horn on this one is not as ear-piercing loud as the newer ones, which we'll get to now. This right here, I believe, is a 3rd generation AS. As you see, it has the candela selector. But the difference is, also, this one is actually rebranded by Gamewell. This is my newest alarm, by the way. Yeah, these are actually nice alarms. These are the alarms that I've grew up with. These were installed in one of my elementary schools and my middle school. And both schools had the newer generation of the AS. So that's it with the ASs. Okay, up next we got not 1, not 2, but 3 Rewalk NSs. Now, these are pretty nice alarms. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they had these in one of my other elementary schools, I think. Yeah, It's MS-24 MCW-FR. And same model, but it is NS-24 MCW-FW, because both of these are in white and the other one, as you can see, is in red. Okay, up next we got the NS's cousin, the ZNS. But except this one is actually rebranded by Siemens. And here's the Candela selector for the strobe. I forgot to mention that the NS also has the Candela selector. Okay, up next, I just got a Rewalk RS remote strobe. And I believe this is an older one because I don't see the Candela selector. Actually, it's fixed Candela. It's fixed at 75 Candela. Here's the model is RSS-2475W. Okay, up next we got the Rewalk E70 speaker strobe. And then that one is actually fixed at 30 Candela. Here's the model number, E70-2430W. Sometimes my camera doesn't want to focus. And that's it for the E70. Okay, what I'm about to show you is pretty rare. This right here is a Rewalk MIZ horn strobe. When you check the model number, Rewalk MIZ-24-WM. This is actually pretty rare, from what I was told. Okay, to end things off with Rewalk, I not only have one, not two, but 3 Rewalk Exceders. Except this one is a horn-only version. Sadly, the horn-only version got burnt out, so I can no longer use it. And these two are horn strobes, as you can see. These were the alarms that were installed in my high school. Except they were in white and most of them were mounted on the ceiling. Yeah, that's it with the Exceders. Now, I guess we're going to move on to System Sensor. Okay, now moving on to System Sensor. First, we're going to start with the System Sensor Max. This is the, I believe, the first generation Max. You can't really see the model number because the sticker right here is starting to fade. And excuse the background noise. Okay, up next we got the System Sensor Spectra Classic. These are extremely common. Yeah, the model number on this one is P1224 MSC. So yeah, that's all there is to say about the Spectral Classic. Up next, I got the System Sensor Spectral Advance. I have done a video of me testing this thing out with a battery before. It's currently set to 15 candela. Up next, we got the, what is it again? The System Sensor SPSR, which is basically the speaker strobe version of the Advance. And it's also currently set at 15 candela. And to wrap things off with System Sensor, yeah, I don't have many System Sensor alarms. To wrap things off with them, we got not one, but two System Sensor L series. This one is set at 95 candela, and this one right here set at 75. The model on these are System Sensor P2WL. So that is it with the System Sensor L series. Okay, up next we're moving on to Simplex. I don't have a lot from Simplex. To start things off, we got the Simplex. Why won't you focus? The Simplex 2901-9838. And the, if it can focus, the 624-958 strobe plate. These are pretty uncommon alarms. This is probably the oldest Simplex alarm in my possession. Up next is my first ever fire alarm. It's kind of in rough shape because this was during a time where I didn't take really good care of my stuff. Yeah, this is unfortunate, but this is my first ever fire alarm. As you see, it just it's falling apart. This is a Simplex 4903-9201. And apparently these are some pretty rare models. I kind of regret fucking up mine. Very unfortunate. I have not been able to find any other videos of this particular model going off. Hopefully, maybe, if I'm lucky, I go on eBay and find that exact same model for a pretty good price. I'm not going to spend too much money. But if I do find one in way better condition, I'll definitely review it. And hopefully I can sound it off. If anyone else has a video of this particular model going off, please send me a link in the comments. Okay, up next, I not only have one, but I have two Simplex Trilets. I believe these are Smart Sync, if I'm not mistaken. This one's model is 4903, that's 9417. And this one's model is 4906-9127. So two different models. I don't know if they're Smart Sync or not. I haven't been able to check it. It doesn't say anywhere that it's Smart Sync or not. Okay, I just pulled out every other notification appliance that I've had. So, right now we're going to move on to Gentex. First of all, we got my Gentex SHG. And as you can see, this device was manufactured on July 19th, 1995. And the model is SHG 24-15-75WR. These are actually some very nice alarms, by the way. And I also have the strobe only version. Here's the mounting bracket, and this one's date. This was manufactured on January 10th, 1996. So this is a 30-year-old device or alarm. And this one's model is GXS-4-15-75WR. Up next, we got the Gentex GX90. Yeah, the model number is Gentex GX90-4R. And this one's date is May 20th, 1997. The last that I have of Gentex is, of course, the iconic Gentex Commander 3. This one's model is GEC3-24WR. And this one was manufactured on July 28th, 2022. Okay, up next we're going to move on to Edwards/EST. For starters, we got the Edwards Integrity. These alarms are very infamous, of course. Yeah, it's a temporal strobe. Temporal horn strobe. Is the only signal it does is code free, unless you, like, I guess, program a panel to make it do another signal, like continuous march time. It is possible for these things to do continuous. I've seen them on YouTube. Next, we just got a EST Genesis. Temporal horn strobe. And that one is actually blended by EST. And this one is just a chime. Okay, up next we got the Siemens UMMT. I really want to make a video on this alarm one day. Actually. I have not much to say about the UMMT. Next, I got the AMSACO fire alarm bell. I have done a video on this thing years ago. Yeah, that's all there is to it. It's just an AMSACO fire alarm bell. Next we got some old alarms and some pretty rare stuff too. Alright, for starters, we got the HP 1303115B with a FSL strobe. And I also have another horn. Yeah, it is the same model as this one. This is the only the horn. It came with this Space Age light plate. It doesn't, I don't see the model on this one. I believe this came with that. Okay, the last notification appliance, well, not last, but this one I'm about to show you, it is rare. Ta-da! This is a 450D horn. And Oh, it says on the top. With a V1971 strobe. And it's part of the CA1 series. This has got to be a alarm, by the way. One day I was scrolling on eBay, I found this thing for like 90 bucks. Normally I would not spend that much on a fire alarm, but since it looked so bizarre, I just had to have it. And I will hopefully soon do a video on this device. Okay, the last thing that I have for notification appliances is, well, it's just a normal smoke alarm. I believe it's First Alert, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's FireX. And the model is FXW-1A. I bought this at an estate sale. I just couldn't get it to work. But I guess it's cool to have, even though it's just a dramatic smoke alarm. Okay, that is basically it for notification appliances. We're gonna move on to pull stations. Okay, we're gonna start things off with Simplex. Alright, we're gonna start things off with the Simplex Chevron. I'm gonna pull it. All you have to do is pull down like that. And it takes a mini hex wrench to reset it, but I don't know where the hell my tiny hex wrench went, so I will not be resetting that in this video. I'll probably have to reset it whenever I find the hex wrench that goes in this. Okay, up next we're going on to the Simplex T-bars. I not have one, not two, but 3 of them, actually. Let me find my Simplex key. This sticker is gone, but I believe this is a Simplex. I forgot. I think it's a 4251-20, if I'm not mistaken. Like the first generation Simplex T-bar. And this one right here is my first ever pull station. And this one's model is 2099-9795. And this one right here is a dual action pull station. You just have to push in and pull down. And let's see if I can find the model on this one. Yep. The model on this one is 2099-9795. 9756. That's it with the T-bars. Actually, I lied. I'm not quite done with the T-bars yet. Wait. Up next, we got the Millicom T-bar. Get my Millicom key. Wait. Let's see if I can find the... I believe the model on this one is MS-710U. Okay, now we're on to our last T-bar. There's my Indeco T-bar. I believe this is my latest pull station, if I'm not mistaken. Let me find my Indeco key. I believe it's this one. Yeah. We'll just... And this one's model, I believe, is 5140 MPS-1. Okay, that is it with the T-bars for real this time. Okay, up next we got the FCI MS2 and the FCI MS6. The MS6 is a pain in the ass to pull. My FCI key. Here it is. Okay, up next we got my 4050-001T, if I'm not mistaken. And excuse the background noise again. Alright, all you do is pull down. Let me tighten that screw a little bit so I can properly pull it. Then it usually takes a screwdriver, but I'm using my fingers. Up next, I got my Honeywell pull station. Unfortunately, I have already pulled it and I can't find my screwdriver to reset it. So looks like I won't be pulling it today in this video. And unfortunately, I believe the switch or button went missing, so I can not use this. But the fact that I have it is amazing because these are pretty uncommon. Actually, no, they're pretty rare. Very rare. I'll probably find another one in much better shape. Okay, up next we got the Gamewell Century. I swear to God, I can't make a Fire Alarm Collection video without any background noise. These are actually really nice pull stations. It's hard to reset with one hand. I'll be right back. Okay, up next we got the Edwards 270 SPO and the EST Siga 278. Actually, my 70 SPO open because I can't find my screwdriver anywhere. Okay, up next I got my Pyrotronics MS51. This is gonna be a hard one to reset. I'll be right back. I'll just have to reset that one off camera. Okay, up next we got the Firelight BG6, which are rare. Just pull it. I'll be right back. Way up next, I got my Firelight BG8 and my Noah Fire. What's the model again? It's been a minute. BNG1. To take two different keys. Which one do I have to reset? Am I gonna reset first? Okay. Up next, I have not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 BG10s. 5 Firelight BG10s. 3 of these came out of my mom's old office. This one I had. This was, I believe, my first BG10 pull station. And this one right here is a BG10L. I'm gonna only pull a couple of these, as I don't feel like resetting them all. I'm just gonna pull this one since it's opened. And the BG10L. Let me find my Firelight key. That's it with the BG10s. Okay, up next I got a couple of Firelight BG12s and a Notifier and BG12LX. This is the first one I have. It is not in the best of shape. Just pull that one. I think I'm using the wrong hex wrench. One sec. And every pull station that doesn't reset with a key is a struggle to open off with one hand. At least with this set, I don't know. Okay, we got the BG12S, the single action one. And when you find my Notifier key. Okay. No, you don't actually have to flip up the switch. When we're setting these, you just leave it down and just close it, and open, and voila, it flips up automatically. That's it with the BG12s. Okay, the last pull station I'm showing you is unfortunately a broken one. This is my Silent Night pull station. As you see, yeah, it's broken right here. The model is SD500-PSDA. I probably gotta get another one. I tried fixing this thing. It was just no use, so I'll just have to get another one. Yeah, this is where I keep all my firearms in my drawers. I probably gotta get some new storage bins or something. Okay, last in the collection, I just got an STI Stopper 2. These are the ones with the siren in it, but I'm not going to turn on the siren because my mom's home and I do not want to piss her off or any of my neighbors off with a really loud, obnoxious siren. And plus, I don't even have my hearing protection. But I have done a video on this cover before, where I had the siren turned on. I'll probably do a better demo video once I get them mounted on some sort of board or something. But anyway, that does it. I apologize for this video being all sloppy and shit. It's just this video is not scripted. Hopefully the 2027 Fire Alarm Collection video will be better than this one. Hopefully I'll have a script for that one. And I don't stutter a lot. And hopefully I have better equipment so I can pull and reset every pull station without having to pause the camera. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll hope to see you in the next one.